Good morning to all. I Bhanu Chaudhary welcome you all in the third video of D block element. Today we are going to discuss some important compound of D block element. For example, sodium dichromate, potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate. So let's start with the potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate is prepared by the chromate ore and it is very important for the D block element. So let's start with the potassium dichromate having formula K2Cr2O7. Potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. It is prepared by chromate ore having formula FeCr2O4. Let's start the preparation of potassium dichromate. It has three steps. So let's start one by one. Preparation of potassium dichromate. In the first step, we have to convert the chromate ore into the sodium chromate. Chromate ore into the sodium chromate with the help of sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonates. So, in first step, conversion of chromate ore into sodium chromate. Let's start the chemical equation. FeCr2O4 treated with sodium hydroxide in the presence of oxygen, it will convert into the Fe2O3 and sodium chromate, that is Na2Cr4 plus H2O. We have to balance it, so we have to use these numbers. Here 8 and here 8. We can also prepare sodium chromate with the help of sodium carbonate. FeCr2O4 is treated with sodium carbonate in the presence of oxygen, then Fe2O3, sodium chromate, that is Na2Cr4, and 8 times of carbon dioxide is formed. Again we have to balance it. Now we have sodium chromate. In the second step, we have to convert sodium chromate into the sodium dichromate with the help of sulfuric acid. So next step is conversion of sodium chromate into sodium dichromate Na2Cr2O7 with the help of sulfuric acid. Now Na2Cr4 chromate is treated with sulfuric acid and it is converted into the sodium dichromate and sodium sulfate. Here we have 4 sodium, so use 4 and every step is balanced except H2O. Here H2O. Now we have sodium dichromate. Now in the third step, we have to convert the sodium dichromate into the potassium dichromate with the help of KCl, that is potassium chlorate. Now next point is conversion of sodium dichromate into potassium dichromate with the help of KCl. Now Na2Cr2O7 treated with KCl twice amount, then K2Cr2O7 plus twice of NaCl. Here we find K2Cr2O7, that is our motto. So there are 3 steps. For in first step, chromate ore into the sodium chromate. with the help of sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. Then sodium chromate into the sodium dichromate. Sodium chromate into the sodium dichromate with the help of sulfuric acid. And then the final step, sodium dichromate into the potassium dichromate with the help of KCl. So this is a way by which we can convert chromate ore into the potassium dichromate. Now let's start the discussion of properties of potassium dichromate. So potassium dichromate is of orange color. Potassium dichromate is of orange color, having very high melting point, that is 669 Kelvin, and it is soluble in normal water and highly soluble in water. Other than these properties, we have to discuss the properties which are chemically reactive with water, with base, and their oxidizing characteristics. So let's start the properties of potassium dichromate. Properties of potassium dichromate. So your first point is potassium dichromate, that is K2Cr2O7, is of orange color. Second point, it has very high melting point. Which is 669 Kelvin. It is soluble in water, but highly soluble in hot water, and it is highly soluble in hot water. वाटर के अंदर जो हॉट वाटर होता है उसके अंदर ये बहुत ज़्यादा डिसॉल्व हो जाता है. सो कुछ और प्रॉपर्टीज बात कर लेते हैं जो केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज से रिलेटेड है, जैसे कि एक्शन ऑफ हीट. सो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज योर फोर्थ पॉइंट, एक्शन ऑफ हीट. K2Cr2O7 when heated, potassium dichromate, that is potassium dichromate, which is of orange color, when it is heated, it converted into the potassium chromate, that is K2CrO4 plus chromic oxide Cr2O3 plus oxygen. Now we have to balance it. We have 2 chromium here and 1 chromium here, so we can put 2 here, and there are 4 chromium. So 4 chromium, 4 potassium. Now we have to balance oxygen. Here we have 4 to the 8, 8 plus 3 11, 12 13. We have 13 oxygens here. Here we have 14. So what should we do? 7 to the 14. And here 4 to the 8 plus 3 11. We require 3 oxygen, so 3 by 2. If 3 by 2, that means 3. 4 to the 8 or 3 11. 11 plus 3 14. 14 oxygen is here and 14 oxygen is in right side. But we cannot use 3 by 2 oxygen because in a balanced chemical equation fraction number is not valid. So we have to multiply this whole equation by 2 and we get 4, 2 and 3. Potassium dichromate is of orange color while potassium chromate is of yellow color. That means when we heat potassium dichromate, which is in yellow color, converted into the potassium chromate, which is of yellow color. Potassium dichromate is of orange color. When it is heated, it converts into the potassium chromate, which is of yellow color. So I hope you get the point. When we convert or we heat potassium dichromate into the potassium chromate, orange color will convert into the yellow color. Orange color will convert into the yellow color, and oxygen is released. Oxygen is released. Now action of KOH. Action of KOH or alkali. Action of alkali. Fifth point is of action of alkali. When we treat potassium dichromate with potassium hydroxide, then potassium chromate, again potassium chromate is formed. Potassium chromate is formed. So we have to convert it into this and H2O. Now balance 2 and 2, 4, and we have 4 potassium, 2 chromium, 2 chromium, 2 hydrogen, 4 to the 8 plus 1, 9 oxygen, 7 or 2, 9 oxygen. So again, when we treat potassium dichromate with the alkali, it converts potassium dichromate into the potassium chromate. That means orange color will again convert into the yellow color. Orange color will again convert into the yellow color. Now next property, action with acid. Action with acid. Action with acid, H2SO4. This is your 6th point, action of acid, or can say H2SO4. K2Cr2O7 potassium dichromate, when treated with sulfuric acid, it gives potassium sulfate, K2SO4 plus chromic sulfate, K2Cr2SO4. Here we have 3 or plus 1, 4 sulfate, then 4 times of H2O, and 3 nascent oxygens are also there, and these nascent oxygens are responsible for oxidizing character of potassium dichromate. Responsible for oxidizing character. That means when we treat potassium dichromate with sulfuric acid, it becomes a very good oxidizing agent, because 3 nascent oxygens are released which oxidize other elements. So here potassium dichromate is a very good oxidizing agent. Let's discuss some properties of oxidizing character of potassium dichromate. Oxidizing character. Oxidizing character. When potassium dichromate treated with sulfuric acid, it converts potassium iodide into the iodine. That means it oxidizes potassium iodide into the iodine. So we can say acidified K2Cr2O7, that means potassium dichromate oxidize potassium iodide into iodine. Let's talk about the reaction. First we will discuss the molecular equation, then we will discuss the ionic equation. In the beginning, K2Cr2O7 treated with sulfuric acid and convert K2Cr4 potassium sulfate K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole thrice, then 3 plus 1 4 that means 4 times of H2O plus 3 nascent oxygen. Now potassium iodide converted into the iodine with the help of acidified potassium dichromate. Then potassium sulfate is formed, that is K2SO4 plus H2 plus 1 oxygen converted into the water. But as we can see here, we have 3 oxygen, so one molecule of K2Cr2O7 when treated with sulfuric acid, it produces 3 nascent oxygen. So we have to multiply this equation by 3 so that 3 nascent oxygens would cancel out with each other. Now add these equations and we get K2Cr2O7, 4 plus 3 7 H2SO4 plus 3 times of potassium iodide and 3 times of nascent oxygen. Now K2SO4 3 plus 1, that is 4 Cr2SO4 whole thrice, 4 plus 3 7 H2O plus 3 times of I2 plus 3 nascent oxygen. 3 nascent oxygen will cancel out each other and our final equation would be K2Cr2O7 plus 7 times of H2SO4 plus 3 times of potassium iodide, that will convert into the 4 times of K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole thrice plus 7 times of H2O plus 3 times of iodine. This is your molecular equation. We can have ionic equation as well. In the ionic equation, we have just removed the potassium and hydrogen. So we have Cr2O7, that is 2 negative, plus 14H plus ion. We have to neglect sulfate. 14H plus ion plus 3 times of potassium iodide, or we can use 3 times of I negative because it is ionic equation. Then we would have twice of Cr3 positive, 3 times of iodine and 7 times of H2O. This is your ionic equation. Let's check one more time. K2Cr2O7, we neglect K2 and we get Cr2O7 2 negative. And the H2SO4, we neglect sulfate because H plus ion are responsible for the acidic character. Here iodide, that is 3 times, convert into the, we don't need this equation, Cr2, that is of plus 3 times of iodine and 7 times of H2O. This is your ionic equation. I hope you get the point of acidified K2Cr2O7 is oxidizing agent. We can have one more equation or one more example, that is acidified K2Cr2O7 when treated with acidified K2Cr2O7 when treated with, it convert, can we say acidified K2Cr2O7 convert or oxidize ferrous sulfate into ferric sulfate. Now how this will convert? Let's repeat the same process as we have done right now. K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4, it will convert K2SO4 plus Cr2 SO4 whole thrice, we have 4H2O plus 7. We have used 4 oxygen, that means 3 nascent oxygens which are responsible for oxidizing character. Now FeSO4 treated with sulfuric acid, it convert into the Fe2SO4 whole thrice. We have two ferrous, then used two sulfate plus 1 sulfate. There are 3 sulfate which is balanced. Now we have H2, so we have to use O, nascent oxygen, and will convert into the H2O. But as I told you earlier, one molecule of K2Cr2O7 when acidified, it releases 3 nascent oxygens, so we have to multiply this equation by 3 and then we get 3 to the 6, here 3, 3, 3 and 3. Now add these equations, that is K2Cr2O7 plus 4 plus 3, that is 7H2SO4 plus 6 times of FeSO4 and 3 nascent oxygen. It convert into the K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole thrice plus 4 plus 3, 7H2O plus 3 times of Fe2SO4 whole thrice plus 3 nascent oxygen. 3 nascent oxygen will cancel out. So final equation would be K2Cr2O7 plus 7 times of H2SO4 plus 6 times of FeSO4 will convert into the K2SO4 plus Cr2SO4 whole thrice, 7 times of H2O and 3 times of Fe2SO4 whole thrice. This is your molecular equation. This is your molecular equation. Now, if someone asks you for the ionic equation, you know that how to treat it. Then Cr2O7, because we have to ignore its K2 and it will convert into the Cr2O7 to negative, plus we have to neglect sulfate, that means 14H plus ion plus 6 times of Fe2 positive, ferrous means 2 positive, we have to neglect this, then twice of Cr3 positive, then 7 times of H2O and 6 times of Fe3 positive. This is your ionic equation. This is your ionic equation. I hope you get the point. When acidified K2Cr2O7 is treated, then it will convert into ferrous sulfate into the ferric sulfate. That means acidified K2Cr2O7 is a very good oxidizing agent. Good oxidizing agent. Acidified K2Cr2O7, acidified, it should be diluted. This sulfuric acid should be diluted. आप इस बात का ध्यान रखेंगे, you must keep it in mind, it should be diluted, otherwise reaction would change. I hope you get the point how it will work when potassium dichromate is treated with sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid, it works as a oxidizing agent. If we have concentrated sulfuric acid, reaction would be changed. How this change? Let's see. Always, if oxidizing character is there, you must keep in mind it should be the diluted H2SO4. It should be the diluted H2SO4. Now, action of concentrated sulfuric acid with K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7. When K2Cr2O7 treated with H2SO4 or concentrated H2SO4, then potassium bisulfate is formed with chromium trioxide. Now for chromium trioxide we have to use 2 chromium and 2 potassium. As we use 2 potassium, K2SO4, KHSO4, use 4, then we use 4, then 4 potassium, 4 potassium, 4 potassium, 4 potassium, 4 chromium, 4 chromium, hydrogen 4, H2SO4, K2Cr2O7, KHSO4, chromium trioxide, 4 times of sulfuric acid and 4 times of H2O. 4 just